Greetings, peace family. This is Dr. Kia, also called Mama Kia. Just coming here to say briefly hello and reminding everyone to stay encouraged and keep your vibrations high and stay hopeful, knowing that the Creator has our best interest at heart and knowing that the battle for humanity's liberation has come to a near conclusion. In other words, we're very close. So there had to be a critical mass of three things that occurred before we have an announcement of what's been going on, and before a complete planetary jubilee and debt jubilee, which will include debt elimination for the entire planet, and it will also include a release of massive funds to build up the infrastructure and also to be given to the people for being mistreated by international bankers and billionaires who have stolen money from our accounts, who have monetized our birth certificate bonds, and basically made us all debt slaves. So the three things that had to occur was a critical mass amount of arrests of people that were involved in these deep state scenes of stealing money, from people's accounts via the banks, and also the arrest of those people that participated in child sex trafficking, human trafficking, drug trafficking, and other crimes against humanity that also included mass murder, money laundering, etc. And you can look at some news outlets from your area of the world and you can see that automatic weapons were seized. Children have been rescued from tunnels. There have been many arrests of bankers and politicians, or either the politicians have stepped down as a covert way of letting the public know that they've been arrested through the executive order. I believe it was 13818 that President Trump signed in December 21st, 2017, whereby he and the military and the powers that were behind the scenes fighting for the liberation of humanity seized and froze the assets of these wicked people who had been involved in pedophilia, human sex trafficking, and child sex trafficking. So we had to have a critical amount of arrests of those individuals involved in those crimes. We had to have a critical mass of rescue of children that were captured and mutilated, abused, sexualized, killed, murdered, sacrificed. We had to rescue those that hadn't been killed, who were stored in a deep underground military bases, also known as DUMBs. So again, you had to have a critical mass of arrest, critical mass of rescue of those babies and children in the deep underground tunnels, and a critical mass of confiscation of the nuclear weapons that had Chinese markings on them. So those had to be located, recuperated, and neutralized so that they wouldn't explode, because all the Chinese party deep state operatives had to do was really to just set them off. But they were hidden and stored in deep underground military bases. So our military had to find those and again neutralize them. And what happened, according to military sources, as well as Jim Willey, who's a behind the scenes person who has been giving us a lot of intel, according to them, in order to find those weapons, we had help from our extraterrestrial brothers and sisters who gave us advanced technology to locate those weapons, and a lot of them were with Chinese markings were actually hidden on the West Coast. And the reason why they were hidden on the West Coast in those deep underground military bases is because if they were set off, then the wind would carry all of those toxins and all across the entire country and harm and kill the population. And so you had those in the United States, and you had them also hidden abroad in other military bases. In exchange for, our military, our extraterrestrial family gave us that technology. We have to give it back. In exchange for giving it back, they will give us the med beds that will restore limbs, that will restore our health, that will reverse our age, and just basically be for our overall mental, emotional, psychological, and physical health. And also, those med beds will help to erase the memory of the children that have been traumatized in those deep military bases. And it's a very serious thing. A lot of people laugh when I talk about this. It's not a laughing matter. So those of you who know the power of prayer, the power of sending positive vibrations, and the power of meditation, I'm calling upon you today to utilize your power, to speak to the divine creator, to your ancestors, to all those that are here to help us, to speak to your angels, your guardian angels, and send them all the positive energy you can, and help them and implore them to to be successful in this planetary liberation. Use the power that the Creator has given you. All the prayer warriors, call on all the all the mighty ancestors and all the mighty angelic beings that support us, and command by the power of the Holy Spirit, by the power of the ancestors, by the power of the Creator, that all of this will be brought to pass quickly, that our children will be rescued, that the demons will be held captive for what they have done to humanity. And if you know the scriptures in the sacred text, then you know that Satan and all these demonic forces will be in chains for thousands of years.